Uh, really? No sound? For real? Okay, well, hello everybody, I'm Sabah92 Nightmare, and welcome to Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth? That's surprising, no music? Oh, God, okay, that was loud. Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor. Okay. March 14th, 1:16 a.m. To make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? That's the job of a prosecutor, after all. That may be true, but why? Why go this far? Whoa, whoa. Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. Is that Von Car... No matter what the cost. Who the hell are you? I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been, always will be. What the fuck? Okay, so looks like I may have to adjust the layout. March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutors Building, 12th floor hallway. Alright, give me a minute. I'm probably gonna have to... Huh? Give me a second. Well, this is definitely gonna be a little bit different. We'll see. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month. I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean. The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe? What's the smell? It's very familiar. Blood? Seriously, okay. I feel like I should probably bring this up here. I guess I was taken aback by how the intro went, but, so, I decided to go with the Edgeworth game instead of doing something that was called Apollo Justice, because if I get an excuse to see more Edgeworth, I'm gonna take the option to see more Edgeworth. Anyway, it's very familiar. I wonder when this takes place. Also, a model? This is interesting. What the? Yeah, that's a body. What's the meaning of this? Freeze! Who the hell are you? Identify yourself. Shut up. You've got some nerve, committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Is that a threat? Let me make one thing very clear. What? No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one. Shit, he got away. My name is Miles Edgeworth, and I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a month abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. March 14th, 2:56 a.m., High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. Also, I just realized I might have had this thing mixed up. Yep, I got the touchscreen and the bottom screen accidentally mixed up. That is a legitimate DS, by the way, totally. Prosecutor's badge. Proof of my profession. However, I prefer to keep it in my pocket. Meanwhile, Wright just has some fun shoving it in people's faces. The victim in this case. Why was he killed in my office? Is that it? I guess that's it. Alright. Anyway. Oh, right. How do I... Oh, there we go. Sorry.
They finished photographing the victim's body, sir.
Very well. Please continue your investigation.
Oh my god, he's even doing his little hand movement and the pointing thing. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good.
Please continue your investigation.
Yes, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir?
I missed you. Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene.
Man, it is... I will admit, it is definitely... Seeing them at this new, like, angle of sorts, I dig it. It's interesting. It's very bizarre, though. Oh, by the way, thumbnail template was created by the ever-so-talented SkydivingQuagga. Just thought I'd go and shout the boy out. Because he deserves it.
When I heard that a murder had taken place in your office, I ran up here straight away.
It's really good to see you again, buddy.
This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct. And the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being.
He even has his little laugh and shoulder shakes. This is great.
You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt?
No, I'm perfectly fine. However...
Ah! Look what they did to your office! It's totally trashed!
I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No one gets away with tracking mud into my office.
Whoa! Sounds like you're getting real burned up over this whole thing.
It's his office. Also, Edgeworth has been dealt with way too much shit right now, so he's like, fuck this.
I'm tired of this, god dang it. Anyway, this crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it.
Ho-ho! That's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, time to do some investigating.
Agreed. Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads. We must not overlook anything, no matter how small, if we are to find the truth. So, I'll keep any leads or information we find etched into the forefront of my mind. Speaking of things that pique my curiosity, why of all places did the murder occur in my office?
Crime scene. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place in my office? No, it's potentially to get rid of you. And from the way it looks like it's a rival prosecutor. Actually, let me just test the volume here, make sure everything is working properly. Hopefully the game's not too loud, I hope. Anyway. Logic.
I get the feeling that this isn't something important to keep in mind.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you?
No, not really. Especially because of this. Somebody's car key?
The key to your office?
For security reasons, this office door has a lock built into it. And the door was unlocked when we found it. That means somebody had gotten your key or something.
Logic. Oh, what do you mean, sir?
If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you.
Logic?
By finding the connection between two pieces of information, and connecting them, new information is born. That is the end result of using logic.
So combining two pieces creates something new?
So, how do you use it?
First, I recall information through the logic button, and then connect them together.
I'm sorry, sir. What the hell was the logic? Did you mention a logic button? What was that? Sir, are you okay? Sir? Oh God, he's ignoring me again.
Oh, this feels good to be back in this universe. By the way, don't worry, this will probably be the only episode where the screens are going to be really wobbly like this. I'll fix it. Okay, logic. Whoa! Oh, connect the thoughts. Okay, crime scene, my office, and office key. Connect.
For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here. Ergo, it's impossible to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir.
There must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after?
The killer's goal. Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? Well, from that little cutscene we saw, well, yeah.
You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir.
Yes, well, when you follow leads to that conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray far from the truth as well. But if I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we?
Yes, sir. Begin investigation. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. All right. The basis of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir.
I know that, and when I want to examine something, I simply touch the exam button.
Oh, the exam button, right. What? I'm sorry, what? You wanna... What? Oh, anyway, if you ever feel lost and want to talk, just touch the partner button, okay? I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir.
Can Gumshoe get a spin-off game, please? I want that. I want a protagonist Gumshoe. I guess this will probably be the closest I get.
Something to try to later if I have free time, I suppose.
Ah, that's cool. Okay. Oh my lord, this feels weird.
Sir, are you okay?
Shut up! I'm catching a jig.
You called, sir?
Notice anything?
Is there anything you noticed that you'd like to share, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, just I rushed over here as soon as I heard there was a murder in your office, sir. Well, the investigation just gotten started, so I guess there's not much else to say. So, are you the one who found that body, Mr. Edgeworth?
Unfortunately, upon my return I found my office door to be unlocked. And what awaited me inside was this whole messy affair.
Ouch, well, that's rough.
Well, to be fair, I was accused of murder once already, so to be fair, it's something that I've come to grow used to, I guess. Even though I left the security of this room to a certain detective.
I'm sorry, sir. No, it's fine, it's fine.
I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective Gumshoe?
Of course, sir. Examine things by tapping them, or by touching the exam button. By checking various things out, we gather evidence and information. You can see the evidence we've collected by touching the organizer button. Well, for information.
For information and leads, it's the logic button.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Great job, sir. Deductive reasonable is the way to go.
It's called deductive reasoning, Detective. Clearly something you lack.
Oh, come on, you like the man. You would never want to get rid of the guy. He's great.
I present to you my badge.
Your prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. Oh, but, it's really cool, sir. Much cooler than my badge could ever be.
There's no need to suck up to me, Detective.
Yeah, he's good. He's fine. God, this is great. I'm sorry, I'm already loving this. I'm loving this a lot. The killer's goal. Why this happened? Okay. Alright. Well, let's look around.
What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of the gun here. I think I've seen one of these before. Care to enlighten me as to where?
Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model. I think.
Detective.
But I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous. But now that I think about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type as a revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives.
Found the crime scene. It's the same model as those used by precinct detectives.
Interesting. I see.
Ouch! They even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up ready for when you got back. I figured we could play a few games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess.
Well, I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
Well, in that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I don't expect the game to tax my mental acuity much.
That's still nice that he, even if it's slightly insulting, he still is like,
You know what, I might humor him. I like Gumshoe enough to where we can play a game of checkers, chess, all that, you know. They finished photographing the body, so I should be alright to examine this area.
yeah, a gunshot to the gut. And since there was blood on his hand, that kind of tells me that he clutched his wound as anybody would.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Oh, I see. Now we can do this, huh? Because that's where the touchscreen comes into play. Oh dear, how the hell am I gonna do this with my recordings? Oh boy. I may have to figure out something, or it might take some crazy editing that I'm gonna have to start doing for this particular series.
What do we have here?
Hey, I think I've seen one of these before.
It's a police badge, detective.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing, actually. What a coinkydink.
Did you seriously just say coinkydink?
Yes, sirree.
Fair enough. Let's take a look inside.
Buddy Faith.
Mr. Buddy Faith. It would appear that our victim was a detective just like you.
According to his badge and ID, Buddy Faith was a precinct detective.
Did you know him? I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other.
I will... after I examine everything.
Let's see here. There's blood all over his lower abdominal area.
It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yep. And until the autopsy is done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
I'm sorry, did you say autopsy report?
Oh, god damn it, he's gonna do it again.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Type documents. Discovered in my office. Okay.
Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course, this is the safest way I know how to keep track of it all.
All right, if you say so.
I mean, Edgeworth is a smart guy, you know.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I have but to touch the organizer button. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts often.
Right. Let's see, is there anything else?
Your files are all over the floor, sir.
They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer.
Well, from that cutscene, it didn't look like there was much of a struggle. Unless he literally I don't know. Maybe he shot him, pushed him up against the thing, the wall? I don't know. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer.
Oh, and I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away. I mean, this has rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
There's a dead man. I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
Well, I log the flowers every day just like you requested, sir. I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. For about half a day every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled.
You're a good guy, Gumshoe.
Does he have a life?
Honestly, the poor guy, I feel bad for him. Okay.
I don't believe it. I packed those files on those shelves so tight that not even an earthquake can make them fall off, but just look at them. At this rate, the rest of the files won't be able to withstand an earthquake at all.
A problem, to be sure. Don't like earthquakes. Well, once the investigation is over, we'll put them back up on the shelf.
Alright, I'm not entirely sure if there's anything else. I mean, I've already examined... Wait. Yeah, I think I've already examined everything here. Logic time? Let's see. The killer's goal. The victim was a detective. Let's see. The killer's goal was to get rid of a detective, right? So, let's see. Let's see if this works.
I can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information. Ow.
Okay, Let's see, did that work?
Okay.
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Yeah. Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what we got here. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, this guy's wearing a gun holster.
Oh, hey! Ugh. All that blood. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him.
How?
Oh, by the way, everything's fixed now. Just gonna say that right now. So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him.
There we go, that feels better. Victim's revolver data jotted down in my organizer. Okay. Good.
Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver.
As I always say, you've got to look real carefully at each piece of evidence. You can use the scroll wheels to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angle.
The scroll wheels?
Use a slide bar or the X and Y arrows to zoom in and out to get that nitty-gritty.
Oh, that's what they meant. Oh my lord, this is gonna be interesting. What's this? Huh. God, this feels weird.
Oh. It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but that is a distinct possibility. I guess this is about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to
Jim!
You!
You're the guy at the beginning cutscene! Why? Oh, why? How could this have happened to a guy like you?
Are you all right?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body? The body? Don't talk about him like he's just some lump of flesh! Look at him. Jim looks like he's just turned in for the night. Sure. Just in a blood-stained suit, pal.
Hi. What do I do with you? Where are my manners?
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes, I am. I'm Jacques Portsmouth, prosecutor.
Jack Portman.
Jack Portsman?
Jack Portsman. I see.
Jim here was my partner in crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir.
So, you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office?
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Jim!
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay?
I will not! I know how things work around here! My prosecutor's office doors have all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door!
That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So the only one who could get in here was me. Oh, shit. Wait, that means... I'm not sure what that means.
So is you then! You're Jim's killer!
No way, pal. You've got it all wrong. Everyone calm down.
Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know how to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard all the rumors about you. You're the great genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know. Anyway, let's call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
I'm not shaking your hand. A pleasure to work with you.
You guys are conducting your own investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on then, it's your room after all.
I guarantee he planted something on the body or he grabbed something. Thank you. I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Jim. You there!
Sir!
I want you to capture this scene on film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Jim.
I should probably give them some space.
My dude. You should know this is severely sus. This is like super sus.
Do you have anything to report?
Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes. Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary, huh? I should look around a bit more.
Oh, this feels right. This feels good, but also it's definitely different.
I hope I can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa.
That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that. Until this case is solved, neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Even once this case is over, I don't think I can afford to take any time off. Now the amount of... Oh my god. I feel bad for you, Gumshoe.
You called, sir?
Let's talk. I seem to have picked up a few good leads.
Oh, so now you're gonna do that thing you do with all that information, right, sir?
What are you babbling about?
The brainy thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago, sir. Logic. You said that you can look at all your leads and info by touching the logic button. Then you pick the pieces you want to connect by touching them and can connect. That's your way of investigating, right, sir?
Yes, which is why this exercise in explaining my own method to me was unnecessary.
Okay, then how about I explain my logic to you next?
That is even more unnecessary. But I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Why? Alright, so bullet went clean through the victim's abdomen. The body was found at around 2:05 a.m. That's pretty early in the morning.
I'm just a lowly detective, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to arrest him.
Is that the only talent you have? No, wait. The gun.
The victim's gun, huh? It's the same model as mine.
A tool used to protect lives, yet one that can also take lives away. Those who take a gun in hand wield a great responsibility. I hope you understand that.
I don't really use my gun at all, sir. The only time I would use this baby is when I'm fighting a hot duel with a convict to look ultra cool.
You were doing so well until that last bit. Nah, he was doing great. He was doing good. Alright, let's keep looking around then.
Your jacket, sir! What's it doing on the floor?
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
So the killer not only shot the victim, but they shot your jacket as well? They dared to shoot the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutorial debut in! What if they had shot through it? They would have been a disaster.
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. Not when there's something more here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective. You mean the thing right behind the painting? Or the frame. That's what I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. There's a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really?
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like him. But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. The spot that holds the contradiction. This is it. The bullet hole is where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deuce button with conviction. Alright. Deduce! And when I have found sufficient proof to prove the contradiction, I present it. This is how I do things. Alright, Oh! Issued to be the victim and believed to be the murder weapon. Only one shot fired. That's the contradiction. There's the second shot. Eureka! Eureka! I did not expect him to say that, but okay. Anyway, this bullet hole is the contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary, my dear Gumshoe. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim. And the second felled this frame.
Hey, that's right!
However, this gun was only fired once.
Hey, that's true too.
Which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Now, here's the thing. I'm not gun smart,
But from what I understand, if a gun is, like, if you load a gun, one bullet can get itself into the chamber, and you can still put another bullet in one of the holes, but I'm not entirely sure that works with a revolver. I'm gun stupid, by the way. I do not like guns. So I'm very stupid, but I'm pretty sure somebody can correct me on this, but yeah, that's what it is. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight? Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? Yes, potential.
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Ah, that. It's a secret safe.
The secret safe? Oh, I smell money, and I don't have any of that.
I'll spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way.
Roger that. Oh, talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
I had no idea there was a safe here, or I'd have kept it clean for you, sir. So, when did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Wait, really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So, what's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams. I might as well go play Undertale.
Oh, that seems important.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
There's some scuff marks around the buttons, actually.
Now, this is odd. Actually, wait a minute. If that's dust around it, then somebody's hand was over those buttons, which is why that's not a scuff. That is literally the dust being wiped away. Now, this is odd.
You found something, sir?
This keypad. Don't you find it to be a bit too clean?
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
You there, the forensic scientist.
Yes, sir.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
You got it, sir. I couldn't find, let alone lift, a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well.
All the fingerprints on this have been wiped clean off. I see. Trying to hide the fact that they tried getting into the safe. I guess. Secret safe data updated in my organizer. As I thought. It appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to rationally and calmly connect the dots with the information we have. Alright. Logic time. This. There we go. I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after.
Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe.
That also adds a little bit of credence here, that he knew the safe's existence.
Think about that for a minute there.
Therefore, adding a lot of things there. Only prosecutors are supposed to know the existence of the safe. So, yeah.
Making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe. I wonder if knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information can tell me about this crime.
It does. My files are a mess, pointing to a struggle between the victim and the killer. Other than the victim's gun that I found, could there be another gun in play here? The culprit tried to open my safe. Was the killer's motive theft? We'll keep looking.
Called, sir?
Okay, I guess nothing, but we can present something. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. Prints were wiped. Okay, that's cool.
I had no idea you had one of these things. I mean, I thought I knew everything there is to know about you, Mr. Edgeworth. I feel like I've caught a glimpse of the hidden side of Miles Edgeworth.
There's a great deal you don't know about me. At least I hope so.
Alright, we'll just,
Is this yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yep. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy.
Wendy Oldbag!
Oh, Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns.
That's right, Edgy Poo. You thought you got rid of me? I'm back.
Wendy. Isn't that the name of that old lady with the whiny voice that's stalking?
That's enough, detective. You need not remind me of further.
Wendy Oldbag.
Oh, it's your trophy. The, Nine of prosecutors, right?
King of prosecutors, and it's not a trophy, it's a shield.
That brings back memories.
They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
Oh, that's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime.
Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me.
Oh, watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir.
That killer is going to pay. Oh, this tea set.
Yikes, you're really mad over this.
This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It cost more than your whole month's paycheck.
What? What? Now I feel like the killer is wasting one of my monthly paychecks.
Okay.
It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you.
Oh, how I've missed you, Edgeworth and Gumshoe.
It's so tidy that it looks newer than when I first bought it.
Oh yeah, that thing's so polished that it makes mirrors jealous.
Don't tell me you had no other work the entire time I was away, detective.
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay.
Please don't dock his pay! Let the man eat!
Samurai? Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared any harm.
Speaking of which, I still haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. Well, what's it about again?
The Steel Samurai?
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai, and his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well.
Are you a secret fan, Edgeworth?
Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it presence.
You sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some sort of rabid fanboy?
Tell anybody and I dock your pay.
Okay, sir.
Of course not! Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that competition lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation. Right.
Oh boy.
I hope I can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return the notes and so. Okay, you're just gonna say the same thing again. Alright.
Look at me run!
Nothing to report.
Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the. No, we're still. I thought I could look at that. Mr. Portsmouth, a word if I may.
Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you want to talk to me about something?
No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting the conversation. Right.
Oh, okay, so that's how that works. Alright. Let's look at some stuff here. Buddy Faith, age 29, gender male. A detective in this precinct and the victim. Why is he killed in my office? Homicide detective at the local precinct, in charge of the initial investigation. 32. Jacques Portsmouth, a high prosecutor with this prosecutor's office. It's my first time speaking with him. Victim was found at around 5. Is there any more here?
I think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger.
You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns. Oh, but I love the ones that use a track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everybody always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective.
Well, now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
Right.
Okay, so I think I've looked at everything around here. I don't see any like weird fingerprints or anything like that. We've already checked the bullets, so I don't think there's anything else I can look at here. I don't think so. Oh, only 1 round, 5 rounds. Okay, sweet. Yeah. All right, we'll back up. All right, let's try using logic. What if I try signs of a struggle combined with another handgun? Like maybe he got the gun that way?
Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
Well, I thought I was onto something there. I don't think these details can be combined, but I'll do it anyway. Hey! I'll be damned.
There's a possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer.
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even in a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try.
Why do all the good ones always die young?
Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth. Oh, by the way, avoid the people in the Fae clan, they can talk to the dead.
I'm sorry, what was that? And? So, what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the file to their rightful place.
You got it! Here, let me help!
So this file goes here and that book goes there.
You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
Oh!
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
Ugh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf. How the hell do you get the handprints looking like that, though?
That would require the back of the hands to be covered in blood, wouldn't it?
And the guy fell onto the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out.
Detective, I don't have the time to deal with your weak stomach right now.
Oh, but you know I'm no good with blood, sir.
This is a relatively bloody mess, my god. Also, there's blood splatter on the books on the bottom shelf. The bottom shelf, though.
I'm certain there's something wrong with this picture.
Yeah?
The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot.
Oh, wait, no, never mind. I figured out how it is. I figured it out. His back is leaning against it, and that's how his hands, yeah, okay, never mind. I figured it out. That's how his hands got to that position. Never mind. It was simple. I'm stupid.
There are prints on the floor, too.
Those must have been made when unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor.
Okay. There's blood splatter on these books, though.
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh?
Oh! Oh! Wait! Holy shit, that's a downward shot. Which means he must have been... He must have... His back turned? No? It's not possible. I think, but...
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh?
For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
Well, then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
Dear God, that is a lot of blood.
It appears that the victim was in a sitting position here after being shot.
Oh, so that's why the seat of the victim's pants has blood on it.
That would be the logical conclusion.
I put them all back, as they should be, sir. Doesn't look like anything's missing.
Although it does look like the killer moved the body to flip through my shelves. I wonder if they found what they were looking for. The killer moved the body because it was leaning against the bookshelf.
The blood on this guy's pants proves that pretty well.
In a sense, I suppose.
See, I'm not completely useless, Mr. Edgeworth.
I never said you were useless. Well, actually, I kind of do say that sometimes, to be fair.
Doesn't look like anything's missing. So it does look...
Oh, goodbye. Nothing gonna say about these books? Okay, nothing about that. Time to deduce?
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Oh, there's a little bit of blood.
No, it's not. This is clearly where the contradiction lies.
I don't really see what's so wrong with that spot.
Ha! You don't understand. You see, therein lies the contradiction.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you just admit when you're wrong.
That wasn't a mistake. That was me keeping you on your toes, Detective.
Oh, maybe that has something to do with the safe. Okay, hold on. Okay. It might have something to do with the safe. Let's see. Nope. I am taking a lot of damage. No, it's no. Okay, so I lock onto something, and then I try to deduce something from there. Okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He was shot from the abdomen, right? And this book is on the bottom shelf. Hold on. This. Yeah, because he was shot in the abdomen, but this is on the bottom shelf. That's not possible unless... Oh. That cutscene that we saw earlier might have been misleading in a way. Okay.
There is clearly a contradiction here with this bullet hole.
What do you mean, sir?
You don't see? Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting there lying down, sir?
That contradicts the evidence again because there's the bloody handprints up on the other shelf.
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot.
Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective! In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with this bullet hole's position? The order of the files? The position of the body? The position of the handprints? Oh, it would be the position of the body then. No? Order of the files? He was clearly shot through the abdomen, but then that would mean the order of the files is wrong. But... Gumshoe? No? The order of the files? I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir.
Oh? Oh!
Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot begin with the number 0? What are those doing all the way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
Actually, the way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
But the numbers are all out of order.
Those white binders are special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred.
Oh!
Uh-huh. So that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in the numerical order and see what we find out.
There! There it is!
Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up to how it was before it was moved?
They finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe.
It lines up. It lines up! Also, is that a POS that was written over there? Piece of shit!
As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it logically should be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith.
And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess.
Exactly. And then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice, once before and once after the crime. But why?
Okay, so here's the thought process. The files were rearranged. The first time the files were rearranged, it might have been... when Gumshoe probably ordered them because he made this wrong assumption. Potentially. And the first guy came in, like, put him in disarray. When he couldn't find what he was looking for, he put them back. But then they were thrown in disarray again. I think? Logic!
Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look.
Alright, first things first. This.
What is that? Why does it say Gumshoe on the blood?
Oh! Oh my god, I see that. It's upside down, though. I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity indeed.
No, wait, there's gotta be some mistake. Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me. Say something, sir.
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file jotted down in my organizer.
Oh. And then they tried to implicate Gumshoe? Wait, what? Really? Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party.
If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Jim's words. They're more than enough, wouldn't you say?
If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning.
You got it.
I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw in his logic waiting for me to dig out.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Oh, how'd you do that? Can you explain to me, sir?
You've been to a courtroom, you've seen how it's done.
Well, true, but it's been a long time since we actually experienced the Ace Attorney series.
I'm sorry, what? Might as well. Alright. First, I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open the organizer and present the piece of contradictory evidence. To to present something, I simply touch the present button, but that's old news. You've gone through 3 games by this point.
But it's not like there's gonna be a flaw in their testimony every time, right?
Correct. And at those times, I need to press the witness by touching the press button. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information and new or modified testimony.
I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too.
Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully.
Here we go. Mr. Portman's logic. Portsman's logic. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer?
I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest!
Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portsman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Let's do this.
Rebuttal! Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Why would he do that when he already has a gun? Hold it!
You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
Huh? What is it?
Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Buddy Faith?
Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jack and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jam? Well, no, it's actually Jack and Jill, but... you know.
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jack and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim.
The third? He talks about the victim like he was his pet.
Why would he mess it up?
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that?
That's true. Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is getting a little too rough to handle.
Oh, I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles, but...
Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no?
I press everything! And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing?
Because the body was getting in his way. You had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway. The bloody letters his body was hiding.
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal!
There's a lot a person can understand about another from first impressions alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point.
Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. Yeah.
I couldn't ask for a better setup for the game-finishing spike. So we're gonna go back to that one and look at it.
Are you saying that those letters were intended for you?
Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I'd expect no less from my former partner.
It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters.
What are you sputtering over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound?
Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even the good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsmouth in by presenting him with some evidence. Alright, so let's go back to... Alright. So, there's a little bit of a thing. How could you notice it when his body was kind of covering it? Actually, come to think of it, yeah. Yeah, his body was literally covering the area where he would have been able to write that. So, how would he do that? Objection! Okay, apparently my line of logic was wrong. I'm a subject to a line of logic.
And which part do you have an objection to?
That's well.
Stay cool, Mr. Edgeworth. You're no good when you're all flustered. Eat a Snickers.
What?
Detective's right for a change.
How did it come to this? Calm down, Miles. Listen carefully and think everything through a bit more rationally. I thought I was right about this. What the... One of the files that were written upon was stolen by the culprit. Yeah. I figured that him being over the area where the books were would prevent that, but I guess not. Maybe it's this. Objection! I see. There we go. I missed those movements! Sorry. I missed you, Edgeworth. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsmouth, but there is a serious flaw in your logic.
Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me?
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking, I get it.
If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible!
What's impossible, Mr. Portsmouth?
Nothing.
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spine.
Objection! It's possible that they could have taken the file before committing murder.
I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name, where the file should be, is proof.
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H.
If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Oh my lord, that back bend there. And that face.
Which means what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene.
That's so low. I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir. I'm gonna get him, sir. You'll see. I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsmouth.
Brilliant! Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
Meh. You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes.
Well, glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however.
What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
Well, that would be me. But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
What the?
That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence.
Then why do I sense that you still have something to say? What the hell are you? What the? Sir? The fuck?
Well, I was thinking, did you know that there's one other person with a key to this office?
One other person.
Hey, you there!
Yes, sir. What is it, sir?
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady?
The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal. Don't!
What's wrong with him all of a sudden? Oh my god. Wait, who are they?
I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Byrde.
They brought back Maggie!
A member of security.
Whoa! Wow! Actually looking good, Byrde. Oh my god, that shirt, it's cute.
Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Byrde is the security guard on watch tonight.
I see. And your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building.
What? What?
If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Byrde.
How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room!
That's right. I refuse to believe that Mag is the culprit, pal. That was me. That's right. I did it.
Can't wait to take that as a confession, Detective.
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal.
Gumshoe, my boy.
So yeah, it was me. If it was, you'd have no problem with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics.
Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason.
Reason for suspicion. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. This is gonna be a long one. Good lord. Reason for suspicion. I can already feel my throat is in pain right now.
It's pretty obvious that Miss Byrde snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Byrde as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all that more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
So you're saying she used the master key? Master key, received from Miss Maggie Byrde.
Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say?
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
What if there was anyone else other than Miss Byrde who could have used the master key? It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsmouth to give me more details is to press him.
Alright. Here we go.
Are you sure Miss Byrde is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Byrde?
That's, true. But I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir.
Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I'd had to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time.
hear Miss Byrde out.
Yes.
Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Byrde has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
I'll be the judge of that. Miss Byrde, if you please.
I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir.
That's an hour before we came across the body.
What do you mean by missing?
As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it.
Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you?
I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words.
I'm not lying, sir!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
The culprit could have easily put it back. Ha! A likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things! I can practically guarantee that! With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to tell how bad her luck is.
Okay, then. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth.
But, you still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Her motive! Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe.
It is as Mr. Portman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own.
Well, I'm still pressing, so...
I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However,
Glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me.
However, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and safe,
Hey, good thinking. Asking for my opinion on the matter.
would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence?
Nah, it'd be too much for me to allow you to complete a full sentence, my dude.
I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly.
It was just a theory, one hypothesis among the many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Byrde from the very beginning.
If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first?
Now, don't make that face. See, there goes the truth running the other way. Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it.
I'm going to punch you. I'm going to punch you, and I'm going to enjoy it. I don't think you're catching my drift.
Ah, but we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say that since she's the only one who could have opened your office door, then that leaves only Miss Byrde as our prime suspect.
Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions?
Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for someone else.
I'll have you know, I have never made a spare, so what are you insinuating?
Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would.
Okay. Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe?
Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors.
Really? Oh, I never knew I was so talked about, sir.
We're holding our collective breath, you know, for when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force.
Can people stop bullying this man? God damn!
Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth?
I will not confirm or deny it. I mean, of course not! That's hogwash!
Don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there.
Whoo boy! It does feel good to play these games again, though. But I'm liking the difference between this and Ace Attorney. I love it. Or at least, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I like the difference between Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth. I like this difference.
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spell out gumshoe?
I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence!
I would love to. But first we should listen a bit more and digest what he is saying. And press him for more information. Are you sure Miss Byrde is the only member of security who could use the master key?
There's only one person on staff this time.
Oh, right, so we're back at the beginning, right. Okay, so yeah, we're back at the beginning. Okay, so, let's see. Discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m. So...
Objection!
Likely story, where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I just forgot to put it in that frame. Okay, so... Yeah, that's right, we don't have it yet. Well, it can't be Maggie. She doesn't have a gun, does she? No. The evidence points towards a motive of theft. That's what blows. Time to contact with a few facts of my own. So, let's go back. Let's see. It was stolen from the security office. Still the culprit. Messed up shelves, wiped down safe, I'd say thief. These birds are prime suspect. On top of that, she doesn't know she's doing a good job. Making it all more, she probably she was the one who faked the dying message. Well, then all we'd have... Hey, if she faked the dying message, you do realize all we have to do is check her fan for fingerprints. You do realize that, right? Also, if we have luminol, we can tell that there's any bloodstains on it. Just what you're saying, press him for more information. Obviously, Miss Byrde snuck into your room using the master key. Her intent from the messed up the shelves and the wiped down safe and thievery. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door, then that leaves only Miss Byrde as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our detectives. Making all the more that she's the one who faked the dying message. Wait a minute! Wait, hold on. From the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe. How would she know about the safe? Earlier, Edgeworth said that only prosecutors know about the... Wait, hold on, let me, present. Hold up. Each prosecutor has one in their office. Only they know of them. She would not know about the safe. Hold the phone!
Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Byrde was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth after all. It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway.
That may be, but you must also be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. The existence of which is only privy to prosecutors. I find it a little hard to believe that the hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan.
But But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down.
Not possible because, I believe, no. Not possible.
I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Curses! Why? What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault!
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners! Like inseparable conjoined twins! That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
Then that means...
Yeah, I know. I'd only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim.
Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief?
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Byrde.
Excuse me?
You're accusing her of murder?
I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession.
What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder?
Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who'd probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it?
No! I couldn't! I could never do something like that! Not even as a security guard, sir!
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have a key to this office.
Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us, unless you retreated from Jim after you killed him.
Mr. Portsmouth, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense.
Has he no honor?
Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office.
Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You are all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show.
Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
But sir!
We have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsmouth, we will meet again.
Well, if that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now, don't disappoint me, you hear? Oh, my throat. This pain is so familiar.
Okay, we have officially gotten started and we are back into the delightful world of Ace Attorney. Except this time with the protagonist, Miles Edgeworth. Great. Let me know what you think of this sort of arrangement concerning the double screen, since we apparently never got a re-release of this. Yeah, just let me know what you think. I'm willing to make some changes if need be. And, I'm glad to be part of this again. My throat hurts. I'm going to go drink some coffee now and take a little toast to Godo. And I'll see you guys next time. Yay!